Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Lakers have two options to improve their roster: signing free agents for the rotation or trading players. A proven veteran player accustomed to tough playoff games will be available in free agency and wants to play for the Lakers. Kevin Love is interested in joining the Lakers to try to win another title alongside LeBron James. Former LeBron James teammate desperately wants to join Lakers. While the free agency craze is now mostly over, the Los Angeles Lakers still have an open roster spot. They don't technically have to fill that spot, but considering their lack of frontcourt depth, it would be advisable to add a veteran on a minimum contract. Fortunately for them, a former teammate of LeBron James is basically begging them to sign him. Kevin Love, who was just traded by the Miami Heat to the Utah Jazz this summer, is expected to be bought out. When that happens, Clutch Point's Brett Siegel expects him to end up in Los Angeles. Kevin Love reportedly wants to be in LA to end career. This is understandable since Love was born in Santa Monica and went to school at UCLA. Siegel doesn't specify between the Lakers and the Clippers in his reporting. However, Love and James have a friendship going way back to their Cleveland Cavaliers days, as two stars played together for 4 seasons and won a championship, making the Lakers a natural frontrunner. Word around the league surrounding Love is that he wants to end up in Los Angeles, sources said. There were some rumors that Love would want to go to New York, although there doesn't seem to be much interest brewing from the Knicks. Brett Siegel, Clutch Points. The complicating factor in this acquisition is the fact that the Lakers are hard-capped at the first apron. This prevents them from signing a veteran to a minimum contract without making other moves. At the same time, this shouldn't be too hard for a team like the Lakers, which has plenty of bad contracts on its books. They could move on from Dalton Knecht or Maxi Kleber to create enough room to sign Love. At this stage of his career, Love can't be expected to play extended minutes. He is a defensive liability and doesn't provide much else outside of shooting and rebounding. Yet, the Lakers could desperately need both of those skill sets as they don't have a reliable stretch big. That would make Love a decent emergency backup and a solid locker room presence for the Lakers. Whether the Lakers end up pursuing Love will likely depend on the level of interest LeBron James will have in reuniting with his former teammate. James has thrived playing next to floor-spacing bigs in his career, and if he wants to have a center with that skill set on the roster, he could very well push GM Rob Pelinka to sign Love. Veteran LA defender is most likely Laker to be traded before 2025-26 season. This young wing's time in Los Angeles might already be over. July is almost over, and it's safe to say that the Los Angeles Lakers roster looks much better than it did at the end of the 2024-25 NBA playoffs. The offseason additions of DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, and more have completely elevated head coach J.J. Redick's lineup, setting the stage for the Lakers to be true title contenders next season. While the front office's summertime moves have been well received by the Lakers fan base, there's still time to add more reinforcements. Adding new names will likely require a trade due to LA's salary cap situation, though, which means at least one current Laker must be moved to bring in a new face. With that in mind, it wouldn't be a surprise if one of Los Angeles's veterans was nowhere to be found in Redick's opening night lineup. Lakers forward Jared Vanderbilt could be traded before 2025-26 season. It's been a roller coaster ride for Jared Vanderbilt in LA ever since the Lakers acquired him during the 2022-23 NBA season. Although the former Kentucky product has demonstrated hard work and solid defensive ability at times, the fact that he's often injured has left him as a potential trade candidate this offseason. Despite spending 7 seasons in the association, Vanderbilt has only hit the 70-game mark twice, with his most recent instance being the year he was traded to Los Angeles. He struggled to stay on the floor in the subsequent seasons, playing only 65 regular season contests and 5 playoff outings since 2023-24. No matter how it's sliced, that isn't a good look for any player. Given his injury history, it wouldn't be shocking if the Lakers were ready to get out of Vanderbilt's contract. The 26-year-old forward is owed around nearly $24 million in cash across the next 2 seasons, And that's without mentioning his $13.2 million player option for 2027 to 28. That's a big financial commitment to make for a player who's played 36 or fewer games in back-to-back years. Assuming they're worried about his health going forward, the Lakers could shop Vanderbilt throughout the rest of the summer. Whether it's just to dump his salary or as a part of a deal to land a proven contributor, another veteran wing is needed. Getting his contract off the books is something the Lakers must consider. He just isn't the player LA needs him to be. The NBA offseason has already seen plenty of out-of-nowhere trades, and Vanderbilt being shipped out of the City of Angels could be next on the list. Dalton Knecht's trade value will stun Lakers fans. Knecht's value is not as low as it looks. Dalton Knecht's summer league performance raised eyebrows, and not in a good way. He looked out of sync, lacked impact on both ends, and did little to improve his standing with the team during a golden opportunity to prove he can be better. Despite the recent struggles, league insiders believe his trade value remains surprisingly strong. Dalton Knecht's trade value is stronger than his game right now. On the Game Theory podcast, Sam Vecenie laid it out plainly. They could get at least a couple second-round picks, Vecenie said. I'd be stunned if they didn't pick up the option, $4.2 million. Think you have to pick up at the end of the day and just kind of let it play out a little bit. Bryce Simon added, you get a couple second-round picks. He's not a negative asset 1 year into his NBA career at all. So if you needed to get off it, you could and probably get something back. That kind of stuff matters. Especially when you consider the Los Angeles Lakers already tried to trade Knecht once. Back near last season's trade deadline, he was included in the proposed Charlotte Hornets' Mark Williams deal. That trade fell apart due to concerns with Williams' physical, but the message to Knecht was clear: his future in Los Angeles is not guaranteed. Ever since then, his role has shrunk. His once promising rookie season, where he averaged 9.1 points per game while shooting just under 38% from three over 78 games, feels distant. With Jake LaRavia entering the mix, Knecht's path to meaningful minutes is nearly gone. LaRavia's production speaks for itself. He can do what Knecht does, all while playing better defense, something Knecht really struggles with. Last season LaRavia did not have as many opportunities as Knecht, but when he was on the floor, he made the most of his opportunity. He shot over 38% from deep and averaged nearly a steal per game. For Knecht, this leaves two options: wait for another chance that may never come, or be part of a trade while his stock still has value. According to Vecenie and Simon, that value is real, so they should get ahead of it while they still can. Trading Knecht will not change the direction of the franchise, but it might give the Lakers flexibility and future assets. For a player who is clearly out of the rotation and now behind better talent, moving on could benefit both sides. Lakers' Austin Reaves gets $30 million contract update after Luka Doncic deal. In a Los Angeles Lakers solar system featuring Luka Doncic and LeBron James, it can be easy to forget about other stars. But it's worth remembering Austin Reaves, who may be crucial to the long-term future of LA's beloved purple and gold hoops team. Reaves is entering the final year of his current contract. He's also coming off a career year in which he averaged 20.2 points and 5.8 assists per game. A career 37% three-point shooter, Reaves is just as capable of playing off the ball as on the ball. ESPN broke down the Lakers' present state in a new article Wednesday, and the suggestion from one executive is that Reaves will get $30 million plus per year. The expectation, from both that executive and others, is that Reaves ultimately will return to Los Angeles, which would cement Reaves' role as the long-term running mate next to Doncic in LA's backcourt, the role once held by Brunson then Irving in Dallas, ESPN writes. The article goes on to point out that Reaves struggled in this past postseason, and that his next contract could depend quite a bit on him performing better in these upcoming playoffs. Reaves isn't necessarily the perfect complement to Doncic, but it's definitely helpful to have that strong secondary ball handler. It'd be tough for the Lakers to lose James and Reaves in the same summer. Speculation will continue around James all season, of course, in regards to potential trades, or a free agent departure, or even a retirement. But flying under the radar will be Reeves, a player who could stay with the Lakers for years to come if they want him, and that could be just as important a story to Doncic's chances of winning some rings in Hollywood. LeBron James and Bronny should not be criticized for skipping Luka Doncic's contract extension, says 3x NBA champ. The Los Angeles Lakers have had more all-time greats play for them than any other franchise, and they've given basketball fans some of the most iconic teams of all time. The Lakers have one of the strongest brands in sports, and they're the perfect team to call Hollywood home. The Lakers are synonymous with star power, but, unfortunately, star power is often messy. We're seeing that once again after Luka Doncic signed his 3-year, $165 million extension on Saturday. Luka has been one of the main characters of this NBA offseason, as fans have marveled at his new ripped look and made MVP projections about what he'll be able to do in 2025 to 2026. Instead of examining what it means for the Lakers to lock in one of the game's best players for at least 3 more seasons, though, people are weirdly fixating on who was and was not at his press conference. Head coach J.J. Redick and at least 7 of Luka's Lakers teammates, including new additions DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, were in attendance to show support for his new deal. Conspicuously absent were LeBron and Bronny James, and that seems to be all anybody wants to talk about. On his show yesterday, Dan Patrick blasted Bronny especially for not being there, saying, "You're the last guy on the roster, you should be there. Show support." It was revealed later that LeBron and Bronny were on vacation playing golf. Danny Green, who played with LeBron on the 2020 title-winning Lakers team, thinks it wasn't a big deal that LeBron and Bronny weren't there. On his Inside the Green Room podcast, Green had this to say, "Bron is on this golf kick right now. He might have had a commitment or appointment of being somewhere and playing 18 holes, and we didn't know this press conference was coming up. So they probably had this booked already. Spending time with his son, it's summertime, he's earned that." Green was more open to LeBron being absent than his son, but he still didn't kill Bronny for being on the links instead of with his other teammates. Now Bronny James, could be a debate of what he's earned, and that's why Dan Patrick spoke on it that he should have been there. And maybe so, but he's spending time with his dad. I think they both are very much in their own right to have a day of golf together and not be criticized for not showing up to a press conference in the summertime. It wouldn't be the Lakers if there wasn't some drama attached to even an objectively good thing like securing a 5-time first-team All-NBA, but Green is right that this is much ado about nothing. LeBron reportedly FaceTimed Luka to congratulate him on the deal, and all of this will be forgotten if the Lakers make a run next year. People have been quick to criticize the Lakers' moves this offseason, particularly the signings of Ayton and Smart, but if they'd take off their Laker-hating goggles for a minute, they'd realize that the Lakers are in a better spot than they were last year. The team basically had no center after trading Anthony Davis last year, and it cost them in the playoffs. Ayton may not be a star, but he's a huge upgrade over what they had. Losing Dorian Finney-Smith to the Rockets hurts, but adding Smart will soften that blow, even if his best years are behind him. If Luka is as motivated as he appears to be, and LeBron is really locked in on trying to get that 5th ring, the Lakers won't be an easy out, even in a gauntlet of a Western Conference.